And my whole life, I've been passionate about burgers. I'm the guy that always gets a birthday burger. I'm the guy that when I get to have my friends over, I cook burgers. My kids have grown up on burgers. Like, we're like a burger family, right? And so I thought, gosh, I should start cooking burgers.
Usually when we drop fries right after we smash the patties. That way the fries are done when the burgers come off the grill. So you never have cold fries. So we sear the burgers here at Killer Burger, so they have a different texture than just like a non-seared patty. It adds to the way our burgers are. That's kind of what makes it the sear.
Most of our burgers get our house sauce. It's kind of like a tangy mayo mustard relish seasoning. She's dressing a peanut butter pickle bacon right now. That's one of our most popular burgers. It's kind of what made us famous originally. People go crazy for it.
So some of the highlights of my beer collection would be the Bloodshed Red that we make with Culmination. It's a hoppier beer, finishes really smooth and roasty like a porter. It's 8.5 alcohol. That's a good beer, trying to have a good night. We have the Contract Killer that we also collaborate with Culmination Brewery.
It was in 2010 that we were on the backside of this horrible recession that our whole nation was in. And so I was beating down every bush I could find. And then one day I came across the space at 47th and Sandy and contacted the business owner. And it was a Peruvian restaurant, and they were going out of business for family reasons. And I contacted the building owner and began to put together this plan. So we jumped in and started our first Killer Burger at 47th and Sandy. I got a buddy of mine named Bob Spencer, who's now a business partner of mine. And he moved here from Colorado. He and his wife moved from Pueblo, Colorado. And in Pueblo, they grow a green chili called a Pueblo chili. It's just a green chili. It's pretty spicy. And me and another friend of mine, we're salmon fishing. We're sitting out on the Columbia River. We're actually on an anchor trying to catch a salmon. We've been out there all day long, haven't caught a thing, but we drank several beers. And Bob calls me on the phone and says, hey, I just got back from Colorado and I've got some chilies. And so would you like to come over to my house and roast some chili? And we go over to Bob's house. We pick up some chili. We roast it in our roaster. And we chop it up that night and we put it on a hamburger. And the very first Killer Burger was born in the kitchen on a nice warm summer day.
They were the best burgers I ever had. These are great. These are good burgers. The vision started growing from a few stores to let's build a business. Let's create jobs. Let's build new stores. Let's have some fun doing that. And so that was quite attractive, to build something, to do something that was new, to create jobs. And ultimately, the invitation came to do that. And at some point, TJ said, why don't you come join us? Why don't you come help us build a great company? And I said, okay, I'll do that. And since then we've worked together. We've built Eugene, Sherwood, we've remodeled downtown. We've made really great strides in building the business with more things to come. I think we'll do great.
I've been a fondue fan for a long time. I love throwing fondue parties. I love making fondue. I love sitting around with the family eating fondue. It's my Christmas Eve tradition. All that kind of stuff is fondue, right? And so what I do with my leftover fondue is I actually pour it into Ziploc baggies. And so when I was developing the recipes for Killer Burger, I thought, I wonder if these fondues would be good on burgers. And so I started pulling these baggies of cheese fondue out of my refrigerator and melting them down over the patties as I would cook them. And it turns out that cheese fondue on a hamburger is pretty doggone good. And so it's just a grabbing all these elements of things that are important to me, things that are old recipes of mine, things that I love, and meshing all that with a business model that's attainable, that's hopefully one day getting me towards the big goal that I have in the restaurant world, and putting all these pieces together is what is Killer Burger.
My name is Bree. I found Killer Burger almost 4 years ago maybe. I was working up the street at a store called Microsoft. I walked in here on my lunch break and got the peanut butter pickle bacon burger. And after that, wanted to be a part of this team. People always go on to say about, find what you love what you do. Don't just work. Find something that you like doing. And I don't just work. I don't just have a job. I have a career. I have a lifestyle, and I love it, for sure.
Somewhere along the way, I would definitely say that even though there's something else that's was motivating me, or something else that was driving me, Killer Burger very well may be the dream that we discovered along the way of chasing a different dream. Now we've got several of them, and we're growing, and people still like the burgers, and we're still making fondue, and we'll see where it goes.